they just waste so much life. Like, you're meant to create. You're meant to build. You're meant to do things. What's up, everybody? What's up, internet friends, founders, and the Entrepreneur Curious? You've made it, and you're here. It's MVR Daily, getting you ready for the mobile-first, video-first, remote work world of the future, and making sure that you guys, during this time, have the opportunity to prepare yourself for that future by doing what? By doing what? Investing in yourself, building your personal brand. Learning how to market yourself, my friends. That's why I'm here, to help you get the confidence, start getting in the game, and start managing your own personal brand. It's going to matter. It's going to matter in the future. And now that many of us, not all of us, but many of us have a little bit more time due to the work situations that are going on, I just have to remind you that every day you have more time now to invest in yourself, build your own personal brand, learn how to get on video, learn how to begin marketing yourself, and learning how to provide value online, which is going to be a huge thing in the future, my friends. Please don't miss this. You're going to have to learn how to provide value online or create value online. I know this is a foreign idea for many of us. It's a foreign idea for many of us, but it's going to be the future. You're going to need to learn how to get on video. You're going to need to learn how to market yourself, create a brand that matters, that's sticky, and, well, yeah, it's time, guys. It's time. So, whether you're on lockdown or whether you're on self-quarantining or what have you, guys, I'm going to give you 7 tips. That's right, 7 tips when it comes to working from home, because this is going to be a new reality in the remote work world. So I want to go through it with you guys. It's MVR Daily. Check out evo.af. Smash the like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'm just glad I'm here, and I'm glad to be a part of your day. Let's get into the news that you can use. Well, here are 7 tips when it comes to working from home, which is going to be a bigger reality in the future, my friends. Whether you're already experienced working from home or you suddenly find yourself working from home due to the current events, the key word here is work. Fortunately, though, there are ways to maximize your potential and increase productivity. While we could go on endlessly, I could certainly go on endlessly, guys, in many cases. That's how I work. I like to talk. I like to help. I like to give. It's my problem. Well, you're going endlessly, well, you don't have to worry about making work from home a success. Times being what they are, you need a quick and easy version of how to work from home before, in many cases, for some of you guys, you've never done it before. Fortunately, we've got 7 quick tips to jumpstart your transition to work from home employee, working from home, being a new employee from working from home. Number 1, create a workspace. Clearly, I have a nice workspace here. Hopefully you've got some home office, something with doors you can close and a desk you can work on. However, that may not be the case, or someone else is using the office when you need it. So you need to think creatively about where you can set up your office. Yes, there's a couch and your favorite chair if all you need is a laptop to work. But when you've got lots of paper or files or just lots of space, consider using the kitchen or dining room table. In a pinch, a TV table can just work as well, or a folding table. We're getting to the basics here, guys. Sometimes, though, the kitchen just won't cut it. You might need to take a call in private, or at least not be in the kitchen when the blender running in the background. Consider hiding out in the closet, the bathroom, or even your car when you need privacy and quiet. No. I'm going to disagree with this guy. Don't go to your bathroom and work. That's just... There's too many GGs there. There's too much unna. There's too much poo-poo particles in there, guys. Don't. No. I'm going to disagree. And no, don't go to your car to work. You're like, a car should be a mechanism for travel, getting you from one place you are to one place you want to be. That should be a pleasant experience. If you sit in your car and you work, you're going to soil the aesthetics of that car. You'll begin to create these feelings of when you're in your car, you're like, oh, I'm working. No, don't do it, guys. I disagree with this guy 100%. Again, we wouldn't traditionally recommend these, but you may not have planned to work from home. And while these may not be the greatest options, they're clearly not. I think they're terrible options. Sometimes you got to get a bit creative when it comes to your office space when you work from home, especially in a bind. And I get that. Use your commute wisely. Working from home means no more commute. And while you may think that means you can sleep in late, you probably shouldn't. While the benefits of maintaining the same wake-up time every day is well documented, consider rising at the same time as usual so you can take advantage of your commute. Instead of driving through traffic or trying to find a seat on a crowded bus or train, use your commute to be more productive. Get out early and get a start to your day early, or get a start to your work day if you want. Or use that commute to do something you haven't had time for, maybe like meditate or something like that. Always wanted to get an early morning workout? Now's your chance. Want to catch up on a show or book? Go for it. Take an extra long walk with the dog. Play a game with the kids. Even enjoy a nice long breakfast for once. Whatever it is, use it. Yeah, use it. For me, I just get up and I work out and I get right to work, guys. Crushing it every day. Whatever it is, use it. If you're not an early bird, that's cool. Consider your evening commute for a similar purpose. I'm so thirsty today, guys. Super thirsty today. Stick with a routine. Yes, discipline and routines, very important. Also, make sure you establish and stick with a routine. For example, if you always take a 10 a.m. coffee break, keep it up. If nothing else, you won't feel sluggish and cranky because you didn't get in your caffeine fix. And if your coffee break usually includes hanging out with coworkers, working remotely doesn't have to mean enjoying it alone. Meet online and have your virtual coffee break with your usual crew and get caught up in all things that you usually would. Actually, I would recommend that. That's a good idea. It's a pretty good idea. If you have that type of schedule, if you're used to that type of thing, connect with people. It's good for the soul, man. Number 4, keep in touch. I would say more than usual. Working at home doesn't mean working alone, but it's hard not to think that when it's you, your computer, and no one else. Communication is always important in working relationships, but when you work from home, over-communicating becomes an essential skill. Particularly in these uncertain times, you want to make sure that you communicate with your boss and your coworkers as much as possible. You don't have to send an email every few minutes or respond to every chat message immediately, but you should let everyone know what you're working on and how you're doing it work-wise a few times a day. If you have Slack, you should probably use a system like that. It is important in this work from home world, this remote work world, guys, that we're moving into. It's important to be engaged. Actually, I had a conversation with a colleague of mine, and she was lamenting this whole idea of one of her ex-colleagues who is kind of taking advantage of this whole COVID work from home, and unfortunately, due to that, is not being overly engaging and could be on the chopping block because people don't think he's working. See, that's not something that you want, guys. You want to let people know that you're doing stuff. That's why Scrum and Agile is so great. You have daily stand-ups. You have daily check-in alignment opportunities. Let everybody know what's going on and what you're going to be doing. I enjoy it. If over-communicating means overwhelming or you're worried about overdoing it, try sending a once-a-day recap email to your team or boss. Let them know what you've accomplished, what you didn't accomplish, and what you're going to prioritize for the next day. If nothing else, this email can serve as proof that you didn't sit around binge-watching shows all day, which, by the way, I was telling one of my other friends, my consumption of video and Netflix has gone down ridiculous during this time because I'm grinding. I'm working. I'd rather do stuff. I'd rather build stuff. I'd rather build my own brand, rebuild a new brand, which is what I'm doing, which is what you guys should be doing too. Number 5, work and kids can mix. I know that. I have kids, and it works. Working at home can be challenging when you're not used to it, but adding to the mix, the suddenly challenging seems too much like a tame word, because there are ways to work at home with kids, whether they're toddlers or teenagers. Regardless, you're not the only working at home parent right now, and you're not alone. People balance working at home with kids all the time unexpectedly. You have to experiment to find your groove and a plan that works, but after some tweaking, you will find it. You also want to communicate your situation to coworkers and managers so they're not surprised if you're preoccupied at times during the day. When it comes to homeschooling and having your kids, it's all about discipline. Time box everything. That's the way to manage it. Because with kids, you can get out of the groove so fast. Number 6, don't work all day and night.
Nope. No! Gotcha, bitch. What's up?
I agree with this. You shouldn't work all day and you shouldn't work all night. But if you want to grind something out, if you want to build something for yourself, if you want to use this time to invest in yourself and create something wholly new, trust me, guys, when I say it, trust me when I say it, my friends. In 5 years, you won't care that you worked your ass off during this time. You won't even miss it. You know why? Because you won't even remember it. But the only thing that you will have in 5 years, 10 years from now, is the tangible difference, the intangible difference, the life change that happened because you were willing to work all day and all night. I don't know. I have tension with these ideas. I have tension with balance in my own life, guys. So let's see what he has to say before I cut him off here. One of the pitfalls of working at home is that work is always around you. It's hard to ignore the one last thing you want to finish when it steps away from you. However, just because you can work around the clock when you work from home doesn't mean you should. Just like you need to take regular coffee breaks, you need to take regular work breaks too. Working all the time isn't healthy no matter where you work. So make sure you set clear division between work and home. When it's 5 o'clock and you're home and done for the day, you're done for the day. That work can wait. And it will still be there in the morning, we promise. I agree. It'll always be there. But now is the time to invest in yourself. Number 7, last but not least, be flexible. Like every other aspect of your lives right now, working from home requires flexibility. If you got kids at home, you may not be able to work your regular 9 to 5 hours, but that's okay. Part of the beauty of working from home is that you have everything you need at your fingertips. So if 9 to 5 isn't working for you that day, sign out. Take a break and sign back in later when you're refreshed, focused, and ready to go. It can work, though, working from home. It can. I've been doing it for years, guys. Working from home isn't for everyone. However, in situations where, you're just forced to do it, you got to think of this as a test run of the work-at-home life. You may find out that it's everything you dreamed of, or you may decide that the office life is for you. Either way, these tips should help you make the transition to unexpected remote worker a little easier for you. And if working from home is something you'd like to do permanently, we can help with that. We can help with that. I can help with that. Not them. He was about to say that we can help with that and going into some shilling of his stuff. But I don't want to shill his stuff. I want to shill mine. I know many of you guys out there have been thrust into this new work from home life, but again, I push you. I'm pushing you guys. I'm asking you guys. Now is the time to build for yourself. Now's the time to create and focus on creating your own personal brand. Now's the time to invest and work harder than you normally would, to do things differently, to stop moving into consumption mode. I think that's one of the things that people they just waste so much life. Like, you're meant to create. You're meant to build. You're meant to do things. And while consumption is, it's healthy, there are things that we should consume, but when we're just in consumption mode, I guess is what I'm saying, it's such a waste of life. You could be building something instead of consuming. Like, I'm creating content right now instead of sitting and watching YouTube or doing something else. Now I got all this other stuff I need to do. Like, I need to drop off a cart and I need to take this Jeep over and drop off another cart. But for me, it's important to create content. It's important to work for myself. You see, working from home, there's a difference between working from home and working for yourself. But let's just say you can combine the two, working from home and working for yourself. Imagine what that would look like. Imagine how cool that would be. Imagine how liberating that can be. That's the call, guys. That's the call. The world is moving to remote first. The world is moving to more remote work. You and I need to learn how to provide value online. We need to learn how to communicate online. And we need to learn how to use video and be effective communicators on video. So, if you want to know and you want to learn how to do that, easy, guys. Easy cakes. Gravity. Check out my new book, guys. Gravity. Check it out. Join evo.af. Join evo.af. My small community where I'm encouraging you guys to continue to grow yourselves. To grow yourselves and to build a brand that matters this year and the next 10 years. Guys, have a great day. I'm going to continue to encourage you. I'll be here to remind you tomorrow to build your brand, to learn how to create value online, to learn how to communicate more effectively. That's why I'm here. Peace out.